I'm Tomlyn Nicholson. This is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. President Trump addressed the World Economic Forum in Davos, blasting Biden-era policies and declaring unprecedented U.S. economic growth under his leadership. He warned global leaders to abandon outdated playbooks, emphasizing America's renewed strength in trade and energy. President Trump issued a sweeping executive order barring institutional investors from purchasing single-family homes, aiming to boost affordability for everyday Americans. This targets hedge funds like BlackRock, which critics say have driven up housing prices by turning neighborhoods into rental empires. Supporters hail it as a win for the middle class, potentially stabilizing real estate markets amid ongoing inflation pressures. Trump sharply criticized Europe at Davos, saying parts of the continent are no longer recognizable due to migration and energy policies gone wrong. He urged leaders to prioritize assimilation and domestic production, praising activists like Ayaan Hirsi Ali for echoing his concerns. U.S. stocks had climbed sharply under President Trump's second term, up 18% overall despite volatility from new tariff proposals. The Dow hit record highs after U.S. strikes on Venezuela boosted energy sectors, with Exxon and Chevron leading gains. Investors shrugged off disruptions, betting on pro-growth policies like tax cuts. In Davos, Trump ripped wind energy reliance, noting China manufactures most turbines but builds few domestically, calling it a smart strategy. He pushed nuclear and traditional sources for reliable power amid global shifts. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell fired back at the Trump administration, declaring war over interest rate disputes and a criminal probe into his testimony on Fed renovations. Powell ignored DOJ inquiries prompting subpoenas. Tensions rise as Trump pushes for faster rate cuts to fuel economic boom. The administration's deadline looms for capping credit card interest rates at 10%, leaving banks scrambling with unanswered questions. Critics warn it could restrict lending, but proponents see relief for debt-burdened families amid persistent high costs. Despite moderation, inflation lingers above targets, with prices growing modestly but stubbornly. Economists debunk fears of tarifflation, noting Americans bear only a fraction of tariff costs. Voters demand real relief as affordability concerns persist. Bank of America distributed $1 billion in stock awards and raised pay, turning bullish on U.S. growth with a 2.8% GDP forecast. This marks the ninth year of worker incentives, signaling confidence in Trump's economic agenda. Treasury Secretary Bessent blasts Minnesota Democrats over massive welfare fraud, launching investigations into funds potentially sent to Somali terrorists. Whistleblower initiatives aim to recover billions, emphasizing accountability.